In a crowded airport terminal, tensions were high as travelers prepared for a long flight. Among them, a woman named Emily sat with her loyal service dog, Max, who provided her with essential support. Just as they were settling into their seats, a woman named Karen approached, demanding that Max's spot be given up for her own comfort. Karen's entitled attitude and loud protests drew the attention of nearby passengers. But Emily stood her ground, explaining that Max was not just a pet, but a certified service dog necessary for her well-being. Despite her calm demeanor, Karen refused to back down, insisting that she deserved the seat for herself. Just then, Emily's friend, a seasoned pilot named Jake, happened to be on the same flight. Hearing the commotion, he stepped in to defuse the situation. "Ma'am, I need you to step away from the service dog's seat," Jake said firmly, his authority evident. Karen scoffed, believing she could intimidate him with her demands. However, Jake was not one to back down from a confrontation, especially when it came to protecting those who needed help. The confrontation. As the argument escalated, other passengers began to voice their support for Emily and her service dog. Jake, unable to ignore the disruption any longer, decided to take action. "If you don't comply, I will have to ask you to leave the plane," he warned. Karen, still defiant, shouted back, "You can't kick me off! I have rights!" The tension in the cabin was palpable as more eyes turned to witness the unfolding drama. Jake, unwavering, replied, "Your rights do not supersede the needs of a service animal or its handler. It's against federal law to demand a service dog's seat." A stand for rights. Feeling the weight of the situation, Emily felt a surge of gratitude for her friend. Jake's presence not only provided her with support, but also highlighted the seriousness of the situation. After a few tense moments, Karen realized she was losing the crowd in the argument. With a final huff, she attempted to grab her belongings and storm off the plane, but not before muttering insults under her breath. Jake, standing tall, ensured she exited without further incident, earning applause from the other passengers. The aftermath. Once the situation was resolved, Emily thanked Jake profusely. "You really saved me back there," she said, relief flooding over her. "I don't know what I would have done without you." The flight continued smoothly, with passengers sharing stories about their own experiences with service animals and the importance of understanding and respecting their roles. Emily felt empowered, knowing that she wasn't alone in her struggle. A lesson learned. As they landed, Jake used the opportunity to educate others about the significance of service dogs and the laws protecting them. Emily felt proud to have stood her ground, and the support from her friend and fellow passengers reinforced the idea that kindness and understanding can prevail over entitlement. In the end, the encounter not only highlighted the importance of service animals, but also served as a reminder that standing up for what is right can inspire others to do the same. Emily left the plane with Max by her side, grateful for the experience and the friendship that had shone through in a moment of adversity. Part 2. The journey continues as the plane touched down. The atmosphere was charged with a mix of relief and camaraderie. Emily felt a sense of accomplishment. She had stood her ground against Karen's demands, bolstered by the support of her friend Jake and the other passengers. A warm welcome once they deboarded. Emily and Max were greeted by a small crowd of fellow passengers who wanted to express their appreciation. "Thank you for standing up for your rights," one woman said, her voice filled with sincerity. "It's so important for people to understand the role of service dogs." Emily smiled, feeling validated. "Thank you. It means a lot to know I'm not alone in this." As they made their way through the terminal, Jake walked alongside them, sharing stories about his experiences as a pilot. "You wouldn't believe some of the things I've seen on flights," he chuckled. But today was definitely a standout. A new perspective inspired by the support she received, Emily decided to take action. She approached Jake with an idea. What if we organized a community event to raise awareness about service animals and their rights? She suggested. Jake's eyes lit up. "That's a fantastic idea. We could invite local organizations, have speakers, and even offer workshops on how to interact with service dogs." With a plan in motion, they began brainstorming how to bring the event to life. Emily felt a surge of empowerment, realizing that her experience could help educate others and prevent similar incidents in the future. Planning the event in the weeks that followed, Emily and Jake worked tirelessly to organize the event. They reached out to local advocacy groups, secured a venue, and promoted the gathering through social media. The response was overwhelming, with many people eager to learn more about service animals and the challenges their handlers face. On the day of the event, the community center was buzzing with energy. Attendees filled the room, eager to gain insight and understanding. Emily spoke passionately about her experience, sharing how Max had changed her life and the importance of respecting service animals, empowering others. As speakers took the stage, stories poured in from individuals and families who had faced similar challenges. The audience listened intently, learning not only about the laws protecting service animals, but also about the emotional and psychological support they provide. One mother shared her journey with her son, who relied on a service dog for his autism. "It's not just about the dog, it's about the bond they share," she explained. The crowd nodded in understanding, feeling the weight of her words. A lasting impact. The event concluded with a Q&A session where attendees asked questions and shared their thoughts. Emily felt a wave of gratitude wash over her as she realized the impact they were making. Afterward, many people approached her, expressing their thanks and sharing their own stories. "You've inspired me to stand up for my rights," one attendee said, tears in her eyes. "I never knew how to advocate for myself before." A new friendship. As the event wrapped up, Emily and Jake reflected on how far they had come since that fateful flight. "I never expected to turn a negative experience into something so positive," Emily said, her heart full. Jake smiled warmly. "Sometimes it takes a little push to ignite change. You did that today." The bond between them grew stronger, fueled by their shared mission to educate and empower others. They decided to make the event an annual occurrence, creating an ongoing platform for discussion and awareness. Conclusion. A journey of advocacy months later. Emily stood at the front of the community center once more, ready to kick off the second annual Service Dog Awareness event. This time she felt confident and empowered, knowing she had the support of her community and her friend by her side. As she looked out at the crowd, she realized that her experience had transformed into a movement, one that would continue to educate and inspire. And Max, her loyal companion, sat proudly by her side, a testament to the strength of their bond and the importance of standing up for what is right. Through her journey, Emily discovered that even the most challenging moments could lead to positive change, proving that advocacy, friendship, and courage could create a lasting impact on the world around them. Part 3. The Ripple Effect. As Emily and Jake continued their advocacy efforts, the second annual Service Dog Awareness event turned into a significant milestone for the community. More attendees than ever showed up, eager to learn and participate. Local news outlets even covered the event, bringing in more awareness to the cause. A community awakens. With each passing year, the event grew, attracting not only residents but also representatives from service dog organizations and legal advocates. Workshops on understanding the rights of service dogs and the proper etiquette for interacting with them became a staple, enhancing community education. Emily decided to create informational pamphlets that summarized key points about service animals, their legal protections, and how to approach and interact with them. The pamphlets were distributed widely, helping to spread awareness beyond the event itself, empowering others to speak up. One of the most rewarding aspects of the event was hearing stories from others who had faced similar situations. A young woman named Sarah shared her experience of being denied entry to a restaurant because of her service dog. "I was too scared to speak up at the time," she admitted. "But after hearing Emily's story, I realized I wasn't alone. I can advocate for myself." Emily felt a sense of pride as she listened to Sarah. The ripple effect of her own experience was inspiring others to find their voices. She encouraged attendees to share their stories and to stand up for their rights, creating an atmosphere of empowerment and solidarity. A surprise guest. During one of the workshops, a surprise guest arrived, Jake's former flight instructor, Captain Lisa, who was known for her dedication to promoting disability awareness in aviation. She spoke passionately about her experiences as a pilot and how important it is for the airline industry to support passengers with service animals. "I've seen firsthand how service dogs change lives," she said. "As a pilot, it's my responsibility to ensure that everyone feels safe and respected on board." The audience responded with applause, motivated by her words. Expanding the movement. Buoyed by the success of the awareness events, Emily and Jake decided to reach out to local schools. They proposed educational programs that would teach children about service animals and the importance of kindness and respect. In collaboration with teachers, they developed age-appropriate lessons that included role-playing scenarios where students could practice how to approach someone with a service dog. The goal was to foster empathy and understanding from a young age, a personal touch. As the program gained traction, Emily began visiting classrooms to share her journey. She brought Max along, allowing students to ask questions and interact with him in a controlled and respectful manner. Seeing the children's excitement and curiosity brought her immense joy. One day, after a presentation, a shy boy approached Emily. "Can I pet him?" he asked, his eyes wide with wonder. Emily knelt down and explained, "Max is working right now, but you can give him a gentle scratch behind the ears if you'd like." The boy lit up, and as he gently stroked Max's fur, Emily saw the impact of her advocacy firsthand. She was teaching the next generation how to respect and appreciate service animals. A growing network. As the years went by, Emily and Jake built a network of advocates, including other service dog handlers, educators, and supporters. They organized quarterly meetings to discuss new strategies, share experiences, and collaborate on upcoming initiatives. Together, they launched a social media campaign highlighting service dog stories, which gained traction and drew attention from local and national media outlets. The more people shared their experiences, the more awareness spread, leading to conversations about accessibility and inclusion in various settings. Conclusion: a legacy of change. Looking back on her journey, Emily felt a deep sense of fulfillment. What started as a confrontation on a plane had transformed into a movement that empowered her community and beyond. Her friendship with Jake had blossomed into a powerful partnership, united by a shared mission to advocate for service animals and their handlers. The annual awareness event became a symbol of resilience, reminding everyone that standing up for what is right could lead to significant change. With Max by her side, Emily continued to inspire others, ensuring that the legacy of kindness, understanding, and advocacy would endure for years to come. In the end, Emily learned that even in the face of adversity, there is strength in community. And together, they could create a world where everyone is respected and valued, regardless of their challenges.